Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. On today's show, we're taking a look at housing sentiment. The folks at Fannie Mae conduct some of the best research in the nation. They just published their Housing Sentiment Survey for January 2022, and the results show some interesting feelings about real estate. The survey consisted of 1,006 households from the period of January 3rd to January 24th. The Home Purchase Sentiment Index distills information about consumers' home purchase sentiment from their National Housing Survey, and they distill it into a single number. It reflects consumers' views and forward-looking expectations of the housing market, and it complements some of the other data sources used in Fannie Mae's analysis and decision-making. The index is constructed from answers to 6 questions that solicit customers' evaluation of housing market conditions, and also address topics that are related to their home purchase decisions. In some ways, the results are not that surprising. While bullish on real estate, the respondents are overwhelmingly of the belief that the economy is on the wrong track. The past year has seen a roller coaster of feelings about the economy. Sentiment about the economy peaked back in May of 2021, when it looked like we might be finally emerging from the pandemic, only to find that that was not the case. In January of 22, 66% of respondents felt the economy is on the wrong track. The Home Sentiment Purchase Index has a number of components. It asks questions like, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Will home prices go up or down or stay the same? The survey also looks at job security and whether people are concerned about losing their jobs. Respondents also predicted their expectation for home price increases and rental price increases. So what did it show? 68% of respondents believe that rental prices are going to go up over the next 12 months. They're anticipating an average rental price increase of close to 7% in the coming year. 66% of respondents who were tenants said that they would buy if they move. Overall, 54% said they expect it would be easy to get a mortgage. That's down from 60% earlier this year. 41% said they expect their financial position to improve in the next 12 months. So overall, there are a few contradictions. There's an expectation that prices will continue to increase, but at the same time, they think it's not a good time to buy and it's a great time to sell. Usually, if you think prices are going to go up, you would think that's a good time to buy. Fannie Mae is a lender to a large percentage of the entire nation. They get to collect real statistics from real borrowers in a way that few others can. They also conducted research to see where people get their information when they're researching the mortgage process. Nearly a third of homeowners indicated that lenders would be their most influential source of information during the borrowing process. In their survey, white and Asian borrowers were much more likely than African American or Hispanic borrowers to cite mortgage lenders as their most influential source. Only 9% of tenants indicated that the lender themselves would be the most influential source. So this is interesting to me, that if you want information about what a lender will do, most people will not actually ask the lender directly. They'll ask someone else. The survey found that tenants, particularly those in the African American community, would ask real estate agents, family, and friends, and those would be their most influential source of mortgage-related information. Now, it's not surprising that people are confused. When you search online, you don't find a consistent grouping of answers to a single question. In fact, quite on the contrary, you'll find a lot of contradictory information. To the uninitiated, they will leave that experience more confused than ever, truly not knowing what or who to believe. One of the things that stood out in another of the Fannie Mae research papers is that a large percentage of both tenants and prospective homeowners are lacking information about the home buying process. They don't know what they can afford, what documents are required in the process for renting a home or buying a home. These are things that we as real estate investors take for granted. The lack of financial education, even a decade after the financial crisis, where in fact the lack of financial education contributed to the crisis, these conditions have largely remained unchanged. There's a sentiment that market conditions have become so hot in many markets that some residents have lost hope in ever being able to afford a home, despite an extended period of historically low interest rates. While the research shows that it's probably not a good time to buy, 66% of tenants said that they would buy if they move. The fear of getting priced out of the market's real and is part of what's contributing to that gold rush of demand for new homes. Combine that with the generally high feeling of job security. There's so many open jobs in the economy at the moment, employees are feeling secure in their jobs. If they lose their job or if they quit their job, they feel like getting another job will not be difficult. It's that income security that's also fueling the white-hot demand for new housing. So if you don't follow the folks at Fannie Mae, you may want to check out their research on a regular basis. They do some of the best work in the business. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. Talk to you again tomorrow.